Hey, it's me, Lucid. Today I'm gonna discuss the new update that GC just got, the Tactical Response Update. This update also comes with a DLC, the Tactical Equipment Pack 2. I will first be covering the new free content and scale it from 1 to 10 in terms of how good and enjoyable I think it is. So let's get into it. Okay, so the free content in this update is, well, it's not a lot. It is called procedural missions. Every real life week a mission will appear in your log that asks you to do something. Now today's week's mission was called Anonymous Signal, and it involved going to an area of the mission and destroying a few relay beacons, while some hunters and stuff attacks you, and that's it. Let's just say this might just be the weakest addition to the game ever. You can finish the mission in under 3 minutes easily, and I will even show a clip now of me and some friends doing the mission in 7 seconds. I shit you not, 7 seconds start from finish. Now after seeing that clip, it should be quite clear to see why these weekly missions are not good. You get no good rewards, and most you will get like a 5 crown attachment if you are lucky. But most of the time you will get a small bit of materials and a 3 to 4 crown attachment. It is actually astonishing how they could pass this off as main content of the update. It's insane. I will give the procedural weekly missions a score of 2 out of 10. I'm giving it a 2 because at least I can get done with it in no time, so I don't have to waste my time. Now let's get on with the DLC. Now the DLC is called the Tactical Equipment Pack 2. It costs €5.99 or $5.99. For that you get access to 5 new items, and the items are the Toy Car Lure, Sensory Jammer, Hacking Dart, Remote Control Tick, and Portable Homing Turret. Now we'll talk briefly about what every item does and what I think about them. Starting off with the Toy Car Lure. The Toy Car Lure acts like a radio flare, but instead of being thrown, it will be placed on the ground and drive away from you. This will make the enemies focus on the car for a moment. The Toy Car Lure is kinda pointless in my opinion. I don't see a reason to craft it. When a flare or firework can do the job as easily. I don't think I can see myself in any situation where this would actually help me. And if I needed to make enemies aggro on something else, I would just use a flare. Now the Sensory Jammer. The jammer acts like an ECM jammer on machines, which means that when it's activated outside of combat you're invisible to enemies for around 1 minute. As long as you don't touch or shoot any enemies, you can jump around and sprint as much as you want. No enemy will see you. My opinions on the jammer is that it's very mediocre. I get how it's supposed to be for stealth, but stealth in GC is most often not useless. And I personally never stealth, so for me this item is not good. But if you somehow enjoy stealth in this game, I guess it could be good for you. But the main problem I have with this item is that it throws every stealth skill and schematic out the window. What is the point of getting your stealth better if you can just craft one of these? And this is not the only item that makes skills useless, like our next item, the Hacking Dart. The Hacking Dart works similarly to the hacking skill works, but instead you have to throw a dart on an enemy and they will hack and start attacking other machines. I think this item is way too overpowered. You can basically make an enemy ignore you for a long time and you can still attack the enemy and it won't care. So let's just say you're fighting a tank 1v1 and you throw one of these. The tank will basically go AFK and let you shoot him as much as you want. Now that is broken. And I have not even mentioned the worst part. This makes a whole skill tree basically useless. Every skill that is related to hacking is now even more useless than before. Because why use that skill when you can use one of these? I don't know how they can balance this item out, but something has to be done. And if that means replacing the item altogether, then I'm all for it. The next item is the Remote Control Tick. The RC Tick is what it sounds like. You take control of a tick and you can run up to enemies and blow yourself up for damage. Now this item sounds fun and all, but in actuality it's clunky and boring. The tick moves at snail's pace and controls like an elephant. The damage is also very mediocre on harder enemies. Every time I use it I just think to myself, it would just be faster and easier to just use a normal gun for this. So yeah, another useless item in this pack. Might be a bit of fun every now and then, but do not expect anything crazy good. And now last but not least, the Portable Homing Turret. The homing turret is basically a burst rocket launcher turret that homes onto every enemy in a 300 meter radius. Now where do I even begin with this one? Well, let's just start with its cost. It costs 50 steel, 50 explosive and 10 aluminum to craft one of these. You might think that it's expensive until you realize steel and explosive is the easiest things to get in the game. Now the damage is insane. It feels like every explosive does as much damage as half a GOG shot. which basically makes this the most overpowered item in the game, no doubt. Imagine placing down a few of these, and then 1 minute later every machine in a 300 meter radius is dead. That's basically what happens. I don't know how they thought this would be balanced at all. This just shows how much power creep is starting to appear in GC, like the PKM in the last DLC. This thing needs to be nerfed ASAP, or it will be the only thing people will be using from here on out. So in conclusion, I have to give this DLC a 3 out of 10. It has some cool ideas, but every item has major issues, and that does not cut it. And that's beside the fact that this whole update is basically just a DLC, which is disgusting, because they advertise this update as a normal content update, so why is the only content in the update a DLC? I do not recommend buying this DLC at all. Save your $6 and buy yourself something better. My last segment here is a new segment for my reviews, cause this felt like it must be discussed. That is all the bugs, promises and fuckery we have seen with this update. So first of all, I would say stuff that was promised to fix in the update but did not. Double shot sound on the automatic weapons when tap firing. Building blocks still does not work even though they promised a fix. Optimization for last gen console, it has gotten worse. They promised that the new missions would have taken 10 to 20 minutes to complete. The missions were supposed to give good rewards. Base defense prompts misalignment was supposed to be fixed. Now all these things were promised but did not happen at all. Now I don't know if it was straight up lies just to hype up the update, or if it was a bunch of miscommunication. But either way, do not promise anything in the letters that you cannot deliver on. It only leaves people upset, including me. Now let's talk about the new bugs, and there is loads. A bunch of crashing. I crashed once in an hour PlayStation, and my friend Mark crashed 4 times, and 2 of those times were blue screens on his PC. So he had to restart his whole PC both times. Enemies being invisible while other players can see and fight them. Reaper is unlootable. People's inventories being deleted after doing certain things. Major pop-in for some people. Now all these things are just scratching the top of the iceberg. What I want to say with this is that this update hurt the game more than helping it. In what universe is this okay? Me and everyone I talked to in the community has agreed that this update should have not been released. It is an awful cash grab trying to make people buy the new DLC. I am very disappointed with the higher ups on this, and I hope they improve. And if you who is watching wants the game to improve, then don't buy the DLC. If you buy the DLC, you are telling them that you want more of these kinds of updates. Speak with your wallets. I will give this update an ultimate score of 2 out of 10, the lowest score to date on any DLC update. And I also think this update is the worst update we have ever gotten. Thanks for watching everyone, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.